Hi, everyone, and welcome. Eagles insider Dave Spadaro with Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz. And yes, we're going to talk about the Falcons. We're going to talk about Carson Wentz and the man cave that he might have. And we're also going to ask this very important question. Is it time to consider Carson Wentz a fashion icon? All right. But we're going to begin with where we left off last week. We're going to talk about the offensive line, Carson. And, you get tons of credit. The media is all over you, wide receivers, all the love. But let's talk about the big boys up front. They did a great job on Sunday against Washington.
They dominated that front. They made life for me in the pocket awesome. Honestly, I had all the time in the world, and I came out of that game feeling great because I didn't really get hit because of those guys. And in the run game, they really led the way. So our hats off. We always say offensively we go as the O-line goes, and those guys did a great job on Sunday.
It really is remarkable that Brandon's come back from that Achilles tendon injury, an injury that years ago would end a career. He didn't miss a game.
No, it was amazing. It was a lot of hard work this offseason for him. See him around the building, all the time, and he worked his tail off to get out there, and I was really happy for him and proud of him. And not only just to get out there, but he played exceptionally well. And so it's the same Brandon that we've all come to know and love, and he was just balling out there.
Would you consider Jason Peters among the very best athletes that you've ever seen?
I would. Obviously, I wasn't around when he was young and making the transition from tight end to tackle, and just even doing that at this level, just hearing that story is amazing. But then not just doing that, but being at the top of his position group for so long. He is an incredibly talented, athletic human, and he's a monster at the same time.
So everybody, as we applaud Carson and we applaud the people who touch the football, let's all give some love to the guys up front. Absolutely. Because without the offensive line, right? The offense is going nowhere.
We go as they go. That's what we always say.
All right, let's talk about this. Carson, calm, cool, collected. Seems like you're very at peace during the course of a football game. And then we see you on the sidelines, and you're slapping guys' shoulder pads, and it's like this switch. You seem to really enjoy the moment, the game, getting into guys and firing them up.
Yeah, I at least try to. For me, that just naturally comes out. You're excited about the game, but I try and stay calm and be in the moment. But as a leader and as I've really grown closer to a lot of these guys. I just want to try and fire them up and give guys a little encouragement here and there. And it's not just me; everyone's doing that. And when you have such a brotherhood, family type atmosphere and culture that we have here, it's so easy and natural for all of us to do that for each other.
Carson, the game ends and approximately, let's say, a half an hour goes by, and then you meet the media. What happens in that half hour to get your mind right for what can be a very difficult position to be in?
Yeah, I try not to stress about it. For me, it's hopefully we won, so we're having fun in the locker room. You change in your shower, trying to get home, do those things. But for me, I just good, bad, ugly, however the game was. I try and approach the media the same way and just stay even keel and try and be myself as best I can.
Do you ever see yourself doing that post-career?
No.
All right, scratch that one. We'll scratch that one off. If we can have a media empire from the woods, Carson will be there. We've got the Atlanta Falcons here Sunday night, primetime game. What do you know about that defense?
Yeah, it's a good defense. They fly around, and just going back a couple years ago, playing them when I was a rookie, they've just grown within that defense and really just do a great job with knowing their weaknesses and knowing what the holes that they need to fill on defense. So for us offensively, we just got to be patient. They're going to allow us some quick throws and some short throws and just take what they give us, and then the shots will come. So it's going to be a fun game, obviously, on Sunday night.
While the fans spend the day watching other games, what are you doing all game? The game doesn't start till 8:20. You're probably at the stadium around 6 o'clock. It's a long day.
It is a long day, and you try and find ways to fill time. Some guys nap a lot of the day. Some guys, watch Netflix and hang out. There's just a lot of hanging out, and we do a little walkthrough. But for me, it's reading, it's Netflix, it's just doing kind of anything just to free my mind and relax. And then come the nighttime, we're ready to roll.
Other games? You're not watching?
Sometimes, but for me, I don't. Maybe I'll turn it on in the fourth quarter and there's a close game, but I'm not really, gung ho about watching those games all day long. They'll be on in the cafeteria. You watch a little bit, but I'm not all into it.
What about like Monday Night Football when you're home? Do you have a little man cave that you watch? A large man cave that you watch?
We have a man cave. We have a shop that's like my hunting kind of man cave that my wife doesn't really like to go out there and hang out. But when it comes to watching football games, it's just in the living room, and sometimes we have friends and family in town and stuff. But again, same kind of thing. We watch some of it, but I get enough football every day, so I watch it at times, but I'm not like all into it.
Other sports?
Yeah, Yeah, I'll watch. We'll watch MLB when the Phillies are on and stuff, and been getting more into the MLB because of that. And then obviously watching the Sixers and stuff was a lot of fun this year, and excited for them again this coming year.
If there was like NBA Finals over here, and then like a hunting competition, the worldwide sports of hunting, I know it's a dumb question because I know which one you'd say, but which would you be watching?
I'm probably watching the Outdoor Channel's on most of the time. If it's not on Hallmark because my wife's watching TV, it's on the Outdoor Channel at our house.
Speaking of the wife, I asked a question earlier, and I think it's time to take it seriously. Carson Wentz, a fashion icon. Let's take a look at some pictures of Carson. Now, this is Carson Wentz early in his career. How would you describe your fashion sense there?
I think it's solid. The glasses were a throwback because now I've had the eye surgery, so I've been able to get rid of those. But I think that's not bad.
That's
not
solid.
a bad start for a rookie.
At what age did you learn to tie a tie?
I think it was that year.
It's a studious look. Now, I think what's impressive here is the pocket square. This is daring, Carson.
Yeah, I definitely didn't, set that one up. Someone definitely did that for me.
Okay.
But I am proud of myself. I think I was tying my own ties at this point.
All right, very good. We continue through the career of Carson Wentz. There's Carson sleeping. I don't know how that one got into the mix here. Sorry about that one, but wearing the bows. Now we see a little step up here. We see that now the socks have come into play here, Carson. What do you look for in a good pair of socks?
Whatever my wife thinks I should wear.
That is what we're getting into here. Now we're looking at Carson. Now this is styling, as the kids would say.
There we go.
You look great there. Now, is Maddie the one who picks out all your outfits?
She does for the most part, and if she doesn't approve, I don't leave the house. So, there I got the nice Converses on in that last one. Felt pretty good about that.
A lot of quarterbacks are very expressive in their post-game wear. I would call you it's a businessman outfit. You're going on a business trip.
Yep, that's probably the approach to take. I love that suit right there. That's probably one of my favorites.
Okay, you look great there. The baby blue. Yeah. Now, why do people wear their pants? Now, to me, they're floods. Like my generation, they're floods. Your generation.
It's so hard for me to get used to that sometimes. That's why I only maybe have one or two that are short like that. Yeah. The rest go all the way down. But
now look at this. Now this is spectacular. Yeah. What we have here, Carson, we've got a turtleneck that you're wearing with. Would you say they're red pants, Carson?
Those are red pants.
Okay.
When in London, I think that was, I thought it was solid.
Did any of your friends reach out to you and say, "Hey, man, I can't believe you're wearing red pants"? Like your homies from North Dakota?
No, I think they're just jealous of the red pants.
Who wouldn't be? All right, here we go. Nice overcoat there, looking great. Again, great. This is a very classic look. I think it's casual, classic, and says it all. Yeah.
That's actually my wedding jacket. So the first time I wore it was a much better day than this one. But you can restyle it a little bit.
Why not? Reuse it. And then you opened the 2019 season right here with the a salmon. Jacket.
I actually had baby blue pants. I thought were pretty bold.
Did you really?
I felt like I was going to the Kentucky Derby. I was just missing a hat. So, again, shout out to my wife on that one.
Do you have an outfit picked out as we speak now for Sunday night in Atlanta?
We do.
Okay.
We do. It's coming soon.
Stay tuned for the postgame. Well, you'll see it pregame, postgame. Carson Wentz, after he throws a bunch of touchdowns and the Eagles beat the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday night. He will look great meeting the media. Thanks for joining us, Carson Wentz, Dave Spadaro. We appreciate you spending some time with us.